apartment complex side. Just got done doing Uber Eats, one Walmart. Didn't think I was gonna do Walmart Spark, but I have to go pick something up in Walmart, and I ran into one of my drivers, buddy that I know, and he was doing a shopping order on Walmart Spark, and he said, "You might as well just turn your app on. You might get one while you in here." And I got one while I was waiting for the guy to get the key to unlock the case that had it in. But when you do get in here, HotFacts with Robert Reese, make sure you like, share, subscribe. Make sure you ring that bell. Please make sure you ring that bell, because you don't want to miss what be going on over here with HotFacts. I normally do it on StreamYard, and I normally don't do a little vertical thing, but I decided to go ahead and give a YouTube live. I do a YouTube live every now and then, but this will be up in the car. Look at this car. All right, you're sleeping. I'm going. I'm sorry. And you still right there not even doing nothing. So right now, just started. We're doing Doordash. Just got done doing Uber Eats, but just because the title says making Doordash money, that does not mean we're not talking about all the apps. Just got done doing Walmart Spark. Did an order there. Just did a few orders. Did about 4 or 5 orders on Uber Eats. Got some of those in, and right now doing some DoorDash. And right now, Emilia is the platinum driver, so we're getting it in. We're about to go ahead to the spot where she likes to do the work in to get it in. Because right now, while the rain is in, we got some rain, and the college kids are all here. It could be some crazy driving. It could be some crazy driving. So kind of want to avoid the college kids, because a lot of these kids is tourists from other countries, and some of them still think that you can drive the same way you did in your country, and you can't do that here in America. That is just not the way to go. At these traffic circles, it's dangerous. I'm telling you. Man, I got hit with the thing on Uber. Uber hit me with the if I want to share my camera with them, they get to go in. They get to go into your camera, use your video, and use your camera, and it says to do recording. I guess to make the I guess to make the platform a little bit better, but I really don't know how. Excuse me. I don't know how that's going to make the platform better if you're only looking in to cancel out drivers. Okay, so what I mean by cancel out drivers, I mean like drivers deactivating yourselves. Like, you know, if Uber got the camera on and they just take your camera because you gave them permission to take, you know, your camera, if it's facing inward like this and you don't know, let's say you're doing something that you should not be doing inside your vehicle. Maybe they want to spy on people like that. But then maybe, you know, they're trying to stay ahead of the dirty appers, the dirty multi-appers, the ones that'll have on 3, 4, 5 apps at one time, and they'll take an order on each app. Maybe this will be a way for Uber to, at least on the driver's side, for the food share. I said food share, for the food. I'm guessing this will be a better way for them to track drivers, see what's going on, things like that. But then on the ride share side, this will be a way to see if drivers are converting their passengers over to their cab service. Okay, and we all know what happens. You know, there's business that goes on inside these vehicles. Once you get in these doors and close the doors, business does happen when someone's trying to save a little bit of money. What's up, Tile Rob? What's up? Business does go on, and some people don't want to pay that fee that they are paying on the Uber. So if it comes down to where they can say, you know, they can talk to a driver, be like, hey, I take this trip, you know, every day. Do you think you can go ahead and work with me on this. You know, typically a driver going by the book will say, well, you know, I have to pick someone else up after this. I can't do that. It'll stop, you know, it'll stop what's going on with Uber, and I can't do it because if I get caught, then I get deactivated. That's what most of the drivers are going to say. That's what Uber is banking on, that most of these drivers actually say. Because if you talk to the right person, you know, that right person will wait until the ride's over, or, you know, they'll just talk to you inside right there and just take care of business, get you signed up with them. They'll do their thing. They'll already have clients lined up. They'll just put you in, because then they turn their app on after. That's typically what they do. But if Uber has the ability to take over your camera, and they say that they do it a few times a week, and they automatically erase in 7 days, that means that you could be in business talks with someone in the back seat and trying to take that money away from Uber, and then you get deactivated. Now, if that happens, I don't know if they'll send your information over to Lyft and let them know that, you know, we got this person, email address, they're driving, whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. You don't know how that works, but that is a possibility on why they are eavesdropping in on the game. On the rideshare part, they want to catch these drivers in action, and this is just me, what I'm saying myself. I've been a rideshare driver. I don't do rideshare anymore, but I'm still signed up for rideshare. I'm a 5-star Lyft driver. I'm a 4.9 something on Uber as a rideshare driver. So I get it in, and well, used to get it in, but I don't like driving passengers around. There's a lot that goes on. People smell, people have attitudes, people want to fight you. They hit the wrong location, and then they want you to go drive someplace else. You, the driver, is going to say, no, I don't want to. But this is when someone will say, well, I'll give you a little bit of cash. I'll do this if you go ahead and take me there. And then that's how some of those people end up getting converted into clients also. So I know for a fact that I'm almost dead on when it comes into Uber doing that. And that's what they want to do. They want to catch drivers doing that. Now, they could say that they want to do it to see different routes, see how they how their maps are doing as far as keeping it accurate with the streets and everything. They could be saying that, but it's to catch drivers transitioning people over for their own clients, and I think that's why. And then if you got drivers that actually said, yeah, sign me up. So you're given all the permissions to them to go into your phone now, whenever. Now, I didn't go all the way fully into the blueprint on that to see if it's only if you have the app up and running, meaning if you have it on pause or anything. I don't know if they're saying it like that, but it just said that they can go ahead and take control over your camera for your videos, the camera itself, and the pictures, and all that other stuff. So Big Brother is moving in, and they're spying. And you know, it's crazy that you would think they would have already did that, but when you're putting in new features for these apps and new tiers, how Doordash has, you got to start doing this to make it more strict, and to make it so drivers can't do their own thing. Now, on the now when you're delivering food, I'm almost certain that they want to see what drivers are out there doing like 4 or 5 apps at one time. And wow, look at this idiot. Oh, I'm at the red light. I'm going. They just went. You have to wait. It's a blinking red, and everybody has to wait their turn. And that's what I'm saying. You got to get to that side. I'm not going through that. Idiot. I'm like, Emilia's shaking her head. I'm looking, and this car is just like going. I'm like, damn. Nah, but with people that dirty app and dirty multi-app, I know we out here making money. If you watch Dash and Trader out there, what's up, Dash and Trader? One love there. But my man be getting it in. My man Dash and Trader will tell you, you know, this order, that order. Oh no, let's go ahead and do this. He'll have multiple orders in. I've seen him go in and do some wild stuff. I've seen other content creators go in there and show you guys like they do some wild stuff. There's a guy named Bud Soda. In case you guys know, this is a guy that has a Doordash channel. His name is Bud Soda, and this dude says that he can pick up any order, as many as he can, and drop them off as he chooses, because it's his own vehicle and he should have the right to do what he wants when he picks up his orders, like disregarding if someone paid for priority, disregarding the actual route, and if their order was there first, he says he'll just put them in a route and then go try to drop them off like that. Even though the customer can see you driving all around town, and they're trying to figure out where the hell you going, there's drivers out there that actually do that. So I know that they want to take control and look at your camera and your pictures and stuff to see if you are multi-dirty apping. Now, multi-dirty apping is a feature that a lot of experienced people do. ODM Slim, that a lot of experienced people do. They go ahead and do that thing, and they go ahead. Look, they get it to where people think that when you do delivery work and you doing the Uber, the DoorDash, and all that stuff, you making like you making like $5 an hour. No. I mean, the average of somebody that's at the highest tier is gonna be at $30 an hour. You got people that work in these warehouses inside there making like $21 an hour. They doing 10-hour shifts. ODM Slim, you know about that. You in the warehouse right now. In the warehouse, they out there doing 10-hour shifts at $21 an hour. They trying to get those extra 2 hours of overtime so that they can bump that up to where they say, yeah, man, I made like, well, if you do the average out, I'm like $24-25 an hour. That's what they doing. But when you do this gig work, you can make that good money in. So if you making like $30 an hour and the average person is at a job maybe making in between $12 and $16 an hour, warehouse job, you making the 20 to 21. If you're a driver, you get paid a little more if you doing that. Now, if you multi-app at the exact same time with these different apps, that $30 can run you up to $30, $60, $70, $80 an hour, and that's just on doing the food. Now, that's not even talking about the roadies, the curries, and all those other ones when you're picking up from Home Depot and Lowe's, and you going ahead loading up your stuff, and you getting this $90 order, you going 30 miles and getting $90 for it. You know, you do a couple of those in one day, you all the way good. But what these apps want to do now, what these features are, and when one app does it, you automatically know. They automatically know stationers. Let's say you work inside something, right? And they put in more cameras all over the place to catch you. You know what I mean? They have secret shoppers that go in and buy certain things. They're seeing if you'll go ahead and give away certain things. Now, I was just online, and they were catching people at Big Lots and these other stores. People go in there and they'll buy like 25 cents or let's say a dollar of merchandise. And with the dollar of merchandise, they hooking all their friends up with like $150 worth of inventory. So, you know, they send secret shoppers in. They see what you gonna do. They do all this stuff to make sure you ain't messing up the game. Now, when you drive in on these gig apps, there's no cameras here. There's no boss watching you over. There's no one that you gotta go say, can I take that? Can I take my break now? Hey, can I take my break early? There is no one that you are reporting to. So you do everything yourself. You could be super dirty. There's drivers here that will go, and the ODM Slim is here. That was one of C-Max handlers there, managers. When you, I don't know. Stay live. But we got people that order bills and things like that. They're leaving, they're working on projects that order bills and things like that. They're leaving, they're working on projects, and those. I'm sorry, y'all. We got a serious weather problem right now. It's making my thing go off and on, off and on, off and on. Let me see if it stays up right now. I don't know. Hopefully it stays up. It's doing some weird stuff. I do apologize for the technical things that I do not control at the moment. But these dudes that be ordering their food and they're doing work, they're working on sites and they don't come. Drivers are taking a whole bunch of money stacking their orders up and doing all that other stuff. And then you got to understand that we got drivers that are just flat on out steal your food. Flat on out steal your food. Like, I picked it up. I got this order from this app. I don't want to do this order, so my cancellation rate is low enough. I'll go ahead and just unassign this order while I already have the food. That way I ain't gotta buy lunch. And I can still make some money. You got drivers absolutely go out there and do that. Yeah, unassign it, keep your food. And then a lot of the times, depending on what it is, or depending on how mad they are at the customer, because they think it ain't nothing with this order, it could be a large order with a lot of food, and they just take the whole thing. And then you go to like TikTok and do a story and talk about it, and then there's gonna be delivery drivers out there making videos about it. Because that's really what happens. So while these apps are invading in your privacy, well, they're not really invading in your privacy, because they ask you the question. They ask you. They say, do you want to join in? You say yes or no. So if you give them the chance to go inside your privacy and you get caught doing something you're not supposed to do, then that's all on you. And they could be looking out for a whole lot of things too. Now we do know that there's been videos out of sexual assault and things and all that stuff. These apps could be trying to see if they have people who are, doing wild stuff, and then they could be looking to see, do we have any people who are renting accounts? Do we have people who should not be on the platform who are driving? Let's say if your name is Mike, and Mike hit yes, or not even Mike. Let's say the person who just didn't understand what was coming in on the app, let's say they hit yes on the app and opted in. The person renting the account opted in to Uber or whatever, looking in on your account. Now, what if you're renting the account, let's say from Mike Sharp? I used to work with a Mike Sharp. Let's say your name is Mike Sharp, and the person renting your account is Susan. Well, Mike Sharp is now being busted for fraud. Okay? For fraud. Now, because they can't tell how many times he's done it, he's just gonna go for fraud. Mike Sharp is done. The person driving the vehicle will get documented, and then they will not be able to work on the platform again if they decide to do it themselves, if they can. But then the person that is renting the account, their face is going to be captured by Uber. It's going to be put into a database. So whenever they hop in and they want to take a look at who's in that vehicle, they already have a picture of you in the vehicle. Okay, so I think that's why Uber is really putting their foot forth. Uber is one of the companies that they pay for the lawyers and they go get it done first. That's why it costs more. Okay, so the other apps, when one app does it, the other apps will soon follow suit. That's what's gonna happen. Let me find my parking spot. That's what's gonna happen. Now, lawsuit, class action. I have one that's coming in pretty soon. I have two coming in pretty soon. My wife has one coming in. A class action coming in pretty soon. Right now, Amazon Flex. Everyone has to know all these apps. Lawsuits are coming. Grubhub's being a part of some of the other ones. But Amazon Flex, okay? Right now, if you've driven for Amazon Flex, I think from I do think I heard 2019 or 2020 up until now, you could be receiving money from this class action lawsuit for them misclassifying you. So it's going back. A couple years. So if you have driven for Amazon Flex, you don't even have to be driving for them right now. If you've driven for Amazon Flex, I strongly suggest you type up Amazon Flex class action lawsuit. Do that on your search engine. Go sign on up. Sign on up. Do what you got to do. And I'll tell you, from the Rimler versus Postmates one, the very first one I've ever done, I've gotten like 6 of those from Rimler versus Postmates, because other things pop up and you'll just get a check out of nowhere and says that they owed you this. And so you're getting them. That one, the first one, when that popped off, was 2 racks. And then they just send these things. I guess something happens. They figure something else out, and they send it on, and I get those. I've had a couple more, can't speak about, because some are still, I'm about to get paid, so I cannot, and some are tied into another one with another class action, so I can't do that at all. But go ahead and get yours. I can say that depending on how much you drive, that's going to determine how much you're going to get. So, my little bit of my 2 racks and what it equaled up to now, can't give that total out, is what it is. I was a driver that was active like that, but didn't get involved with Postmates until, like everyone else that was driving before, like my brother and them, they got a fat one. They got a fat one. I'm talking about 15 racks and stuff like that. They got fat class actions. So I've received a few class actions, different ones. Sign on up for your Amazon Flex. If you work for Amazon Flex, sign up for that, because even though it takes a while, it takes like 6 months or so. They'll ask you, do you got Venmo? Do you got a bank account? Do you want them to directly deposit it? Hit yes. You automatically get it way faster. By like 3 weeks, 3 or 4 weeks, you'll get your money way faster than the people that are going to be getting it done with the paper. But it's money that's going to be coming in, that is there. The money comes in, and then you'll also get your your tax form. You'll get your tax form when it's time for taxes for that also, so you can go ahead and write that off, because that money that you are receiving was lost wages from the app you are working for. So you can go ahead and put that in, do your thing. Whatever the attorney fees are, those attorney fees that are on there that you're opting into, that they automatically take, those fees by itself, those are a write-off that you're paying. You go ahead and put down in your taxes too. You go ahead and write off those attorney fees and get all that stuff in. Now, we got people out there that are pros who are drivers right now. I'm a second generation driver, okay? I'm a second generation driver. I've been driving since 2014, okay? So there's drivers who've been around from my time and before my time, who they're part of almost all the class actions. So you can just imagine all the class actions that go on. There's people out there that are making a gang of money from these class actions, from these gig apps, okay? A lot of people got to understand, the gig apps are not fixed yet perfectly right. So they're not fixed at all. There's a whole lot of loopholes and things going on with all of the gig apps. So right now, a lot of you guys don't realize that there's a lot of misclassifications, which is why they want to put everyone on earn by time and do all that stuff, so that they can now calculate you as like you're an employee and they're paying you in that way. Until that happens, there's a lot of mishaps that happen. There's a lot of people that get deactivated for no reason, and they go get the services of the rideshare professor and other people like that. They push the envelope a little bit further, and then it starts to go into a class action. They'll send it out. They'll see how many people will actually opt in. They'll go ahead and put that pressure on that app. When they put that pressure on that app says we're going to go to court, or we're going to settle. Most of the apps are settling, but while they're settling, they're changing up their infrastructure on how their apps are going to be working and how they are designed. Just like Doordash. Everyone thought that, damn, I can make $125,000 a year and just do it like this. I can make $200,000. There's people out there making 200 racks on these gig apps a year. Now, all you people that say that these gig apps is not a job, 200 racks. A lot of you guys are saying gig apps is not a job and you work in the warehouse slaving all damn day. You gonna be cut off at $36,000, but this person driving this whip and doing these pickups and orders, they walking out from 6 figures all the way down to when they're saying, man, I had a bad year, man. I had an off year, man. I didn't do that well. I did like 55,000 this year. I didn't do that well. Well, the dude in the warehouse, that's 20,000 more dollars that he don't have, and he in there slaving. He in there slaving. He in there slaving. So while we got people out there, what they say are slave driving with the gig apps are making a lot of mistakes when it comes to paying people, underpaying people for certain orders, not paying people for this and that. And when you call support, nothing happens. There's things that are set up to when they go in, and these companies know that they aren't paying everyone everything that they should. So these class actions come up. So if you are in, and I've done a lot of news stories about, okay, the different states like Wisconsin and these other states that are putting in the earn by time for the state and the healthcare portal, the health benefit portal. All these things are going in, okay? Well, all these things are going in, these companies are making mistakes the whole time because you're not getting the money to where you can actually go out there and do that to make that money. Now, we got people out there by the name, there's a guy by the name of Sam Lee. He's in my city. Leave a thumbs up, y'all, or a thumbs down. He's in my city. Sam Lee gets up at about, he's probably working at like 7 a.m. and he don't stop maybe to about like 3 in the morning or so. Depends. You'll catch him on like a live stream. Now, Sam is like 21, 22 years old, right? Young dude. He said, well, I want to get all the hours I can in before I get old so I can just retire extra early from doing this gig work. Now, Sam makes over $100,000 a year doing deliveries. Doordash and Roadie. He has Hungry Panda right now, and he's getting it in. He's also using it to invest money too. So people, some of these class actions, you get that lump sum in there. You can actually use that for some of your investments that you want to go ahead and get into. Go ahead, sign up for the class actions. You're not going to get deactivated if you sign up. Some people say, well, they'll see that I signed up. I'm going to get deactivated. No, they're seeing that you're signing up to get them lost wages. Now, they know who. Okay, these companies know who, because in order for you to get paid, you're on a list. When you're on this list, they get the list of people that, okay, it's all these people. They get these names, but they cannot deactivate you for no reason. You have to do something that violates some type of terms or service. It can be one of the most pettiest things. It can happen, but, well, I would say Doordash is one that won't let me back. They let me back, and then they won't let me back again. First, they would not let me back, then they let me back, and now I can't get back again. So, but I've gone through the ringer with Doordash, and they still owe from one of the lawsuits that I ain't got paid from. So Doordash, I want the rest of my money, and it's probably going to come in the future, because there's nothing been said that part is over. So I don't know what's going on with that, but hopefully it comes in like that Rimler v Postmates ones, and they just come randomly. But Doordash, I want my money. But you're not going to get deactivated because you opt in, and that's a scare tactic, people, so they don't have to pay all that money out to everybody. That's a scare tactic that they are using. All right, don't be afraid of these apps. Don't be afraid of these apps to get your money. I'll tell you this, when I call in on my customer support, let's say if I drive to a place, and like I went to McDonald's the other night. The McDonald's it wasn't closed because it was closed. They ran out of food and they closed it down. So I go to customer support, and I got to use the AI bot. The AI bot asked me, did I need this cancel because, and they gave the reasons why, and I hit yes. They hit me with a cancellation rate go up, and then I didn't get compensated, not even the $3. So I did my thing, went through the chat again to get the phone number, called in. When they figured out what I was calling for, I got hung up on. And then it said, the message said, you cannot call. We're not accepting any more calls until the next workday. I said, bullshit. So what did I do? Called right back. My wife was sitting there like, dang, he kind of going hard on him, because I let them know what happened. My cancellation went up, and I ain't get paid. I need to get paid for my work. They said, oh, we'll go ahead and escalate this and that. Day and a half later, now check this out. The order I was picking up was a little bullshit order. It was a $4 order going 0.9 miles. All right. I didn't get the $4. I didn't get the $3. They gave me $5, okay? So it came back through. I got 5. They took away the cancellation rate. But how I was going at them, you know, people, this is where you get mad about you are spending your time and your gas. I got to drive to a spot, okay? I got to wait until I get all the way up there with all these damn cars just to get up to the damn thing for you to tell me that we're closed because we ran out of food. But I have to drive to the place. This is why California Prop 22, we got it here. That's why we got it here. Okay? That's why we got California Prop 22. All right? My wife gets her Prop 22 on Doordash every week on Monday, averaging like 2 bills every Monday. So that's an extra $800 every single month coming in from Prop 22 on Doordash. And I get mine every 2 weeks on Uber Eats, and it's about the same. Okay? It's about the same. You want to get your active hours in, and when you call customer support, when you're on that call in California, let's say you call after you end the trip, you're not getting Prop 22 for that. You got to call support and go through support while your order is still up. So you get Prop 22 for the whole duration of your call, with you going into dispatch and trying to get this thing handled out. So by me waiting in that McDonald's line all that time before I even got to the speaker, and when I got to the speaker, it was like you couldn't hear because it was messed up. So I had to drive to the window, and then they had to take out the little black stick and open the window and tell me, no food, we're closed. So I have to wait all that time, and a lot of you guys are in states where you don't get that, and I feel sorry for you. I feel sorry for your states. I feel sorry for the drivers out there who ain't trying to get petition signed, because there's so much money that y'all could be getting. Now, Prop 22 is not free for us. Every customer in the state of California, whenever you order, you got to pay a $1.99 service fee. That fee goes into Proposition 22. So I delivered to a house the other day, and my wife delivered to him later on in the day. So they paid $4 on 2 apps. But some of these houses that we deliver to, they order 3-4 times a day. So some of these houses are spending an extra $8 for nothing on just getting the food delivered without the taxes and the fees. So all that extra money goes into Prop 22, because these gig apps was like, man, we got to start paying out money. We don't want to be paying out this money, but here in California, we say it's my money and I need it now, like J.G. Wentworth. Okay, it's my money and I need it now. So the apps don't like Prop 22 because they have to do an hourly minimum wage match. They have to match that. They don't like giving up that money right there, because that's all the extra that they were taking from us and giving it and telling their investors that we got your money. So they didn't want to do that. They had that money left over. Okay, now they got to go ahead and pay it. The customers paying that $1.99 fee, that helps out. So it kind of, they still don't like it, but oh well, it's our money and we want it now. The state of Washington got their hourly guarantee for their people. Now we get a healthcare stipend. Every quarter you get a healthcare stipend. Depending on how many hours you work, it's an extra $6,500 to $7,000 extra a year. And then it could be from that 7,000, it can drop all the way down to like 2,500, depending on how much you're working. All right. We get a healthcare stipend, and we're able to pay for our benefits, medical, dental, vision. If you got a 401k, you can absolutely have this stuff go in there. You go ahead and pay for that. You have the same benefit packages that you have if you work for a W-2 or a warehouse. You got that in California doing delivery work, for all you people that say delivery work is not a job. So we get all the benefits here, but like every other job, you know, you can have it come out of your check as you go like that, or you can pay it monthly, or however it is that you have it set on up. Life insurance and all that stuff is on there. Okay. Washington, the state of Washington, okay, they have their hourly guarantee, but these motherfuckers up there, they don't got what we got with the benefits, but they giving they people sick pay. They giving them sick pay. So not only are you getting this hourly guarantee that's making these apps mad because you're making your money, you're making more money with the hourly guarantee because you're getting your tips, and you're getting your tips plus the order plus your hourly guarantee. If they can't match that, you getting your money. I'll give you an example. Let's look at, you get an order, and let's say the base pay is $250. Okay, that's $250 right there. Let's say you got another order and the base pay was $250. Even though the overall payout for that order was $15 for 2 miles, the base pay was $250. That's $5 right there on 2 orders in base pay, right? Let's say you get another order, okay? That the base pay was $350. The payout was like $8, but the base pay was $350. That's $8.50 that they paid you. They have to make up the rest that they were not able to pay you in that inside that hour, because most times you get 3 orders, it's going to be 1 hour, unless they double you up. If you get double orders, like stacked orders, that's 2 orders together, your base pay and base pay goes together, and for the other one, so you can do that and get another order, and then you actually hit your base pay, so then they ain't got to pay the balance. So let me tell you guys, in California, when we see these small orders, they're like $350 for 1.1 miles, we're going to take that because that base pay is low, which means that we're going to get more Proposition 22 added on to our hourly time going in. So you get paid more. So much to where the highest rated driver on Doordash, Uber Eats, or Grubhub is going to be making anywhere from, let's say, $1,500 to about $2,200 to $2,300 a week. Now, I ran into, I think his name, did I say his name was Daniel or Brian? I think it was Daniel or Brian. Ran into this delivery driver at the Jack in the Box here. He said we have too many drivers on DoorDash, that the past like couple weeks, he went down from $1,700 a week down to like $850 a week. Now, some people are like, man, what? $1,750 a week? Yeah, a week, people. You're like, well, how are you doing that? Well, we got drivers that do 20 deliveries in a day. It's easy. 20 orders in a day is easy to do. If you start in the morning time at like 5:30 a.m., 6 a.m. to get the breakfast orders in, do that until about like 8, 9 a.m. You got orders there. You'll probably have in between 6 to 9 orders there, because it's so early. Sometimes it's not buzzing off like that. Then you got lunchtime. You can get another 12 to 13 orders in at lunchtime, depending on what area you're in. So right there off the top, you're at like 17 to 18 deliveries in. Now you can take a break from there, end at 2 o'clock, go back to work later on that night, 8 p.m., 9 p.m., work that, get another 10, 12 orders in. You're looking at like 30 orders a day. Now, if you do 30 orders a day, and the average order, people, you got was $5. Okay, let's just say the average order without a tip was $5. Now, you know, out of 30 deliveries, you're probably going to get tipped on at least at least 17 of those deliveries you are going to get tipped on. So if you got 17 deliveries that you got tipped on and you already made $150, right? Now you got 17 orders that actually tipped on top of that. So now you went from like, so you worked in the morning time from 5 pretty much until 2, okay? Take that break, okay? You also got a break you got a break in between 9 a.m. until 11. So then you got a break. So you get a 2-hour break there to do whatever you want to do, run errands, do whatever you want to do. So you pretty much did about actual work, like 5 hours of actual delivering orders, okay? You stop that. You go back out at nighttime. You do that again. So then you're going to be averaging anywhere from $225 to $275 every single day if you're doing that, getting those 10 hours in. And I say that because in California, we got Prop 22. So on Uber Eats, every other week, you get that Prop 22 check, where if you're working those 10 hours and getting those active hours in, you're probably going to get like $600 every other week added on. So then that even makes it go up. So then your averages for each week balances all the way out. These other states, you got drivers out there who don't get what we got, but they're doing 30 deliveries in a day. They don't want to tell you that. You see them on their channels out there talking about, I hate driving. I'm not driving, man. It sucks out here. Whenever they tell you how trash it is in their area, they making money out there, y'all. Don't believe the hype. They making money out there. They're saying that so you don't go and drive, because now if they go from 30 orders to 20 orders, that's a whole lot of money being lost. Just think about it. If you're someone that you're on the highest level, you're probably averaging $9, anywhere from $8 to $11 per order. So off the top, let's say you take off 10 hours, and 10 hours, that's like, for the average person, that's like another $300. That's another $300 missing those 10 hours. All right. So you can imagine $300 taken off. That's another $1,200. That's another $1,200. Okay, in a month that's being taken out. Now you do that each week. There's 52 weeks in a year. Okay. So now you just go ahead and just bust that down to how many thousands they are losing just like that. So they tell you that it's terrible, it's trash, because they're getting them 30 orders in. They're getting them 30 orders in. That's why you guys need these extra benefits. You guys need to have it so that you guys get paid for your hourly time. It sucks out there. You need to get paid for your hourly time if you're out there doing this work. You would have thought Texas would have hopped in, but Texas is its own beast. They don't hop in like that. Texas don't. I really wish they would. It's so many drivers in Texas that say they got to drive forever just to get to a spot. And it's like, dang, because of where they live in Texas, you know. You can live in a city part and do all right. I know when I did Postmates, I was in Dallas, and I did Postmates in Dallas. I did the Grand Prairie, Arlington, Fort Worth, and Dallas area, and it was straight. It was straight. So I know that in Texas they can do it, but you know, Texas, electricity and all that other stuff is cheaper there. You know, your some of your bills are cheaper there, so maybe they just don't want you to, you know, the state tax is lovely in Texas. You know, I think they just don't want you to win like that. But I think that these other states, man, and y'all drivers got to start speaking up. It's funny, you speak up about not getting all your tips, and then they make it harder for you to make more money on the app because you talking and complaining too much. Y'all be complaining about the wrong thing. The wrong thing. You got to start complaining about this stuff. You guys can start an online petition. You guys can have an online petition. Get these signatures done online. Online. I guarantee if you guys got these signatures done online, nobody wants to go ahead and sign up with the guy in front of the with the paper in front at the parks or at the gas stations or stores. That's what I was doing. I was helping the cause here by getting people to sign up doing that. I was getting water bottles thrown at me and everything. It looked like the 5 heartbeats, you know, when they threw them, they was getting off stage. Like it freaking looked like that. But I was out there getting it done like that. Now, I interviewed a model that I work with, Idiri Jamal. While being a model, he was out there getting stuff signed, and I signed stuff, and I signed his signatures, and he had to subscribe to my channel, and then we actually ended up getting an interview. Those people out there getting those things done get paid good money for getting them signatures signed when you got people skills, right? But you gotta think how many people just walk by and turn it down and just think that's just everyone. Think about how many drivers just say, man, I don't care about all that. I'm just trying to get paid a little bit. They don't care about all that. But if you put something online and tell them if you want higher wages in your state for gig workers, click yes, and that's all you got to do. Just imagine how many. And it says, you know, to make sure you're a real person, you know, you got to do that capture shit, you know, let it do all that and let that take your information and put that into that tally box. So then they can see that, look, we got this many signatures. Now you got something that you can take, okay? You can take to your state capital. Legislation. You can now bring that. You have all these thousands of people who are the working class in our communities who need to get paid more. Just think about it like this. Remember back in the day when your mom had that paper route? Your dad had that paper route. You used to get up early in the morning, snot in your nose, crust in your eyes. You got to get up there. It's all cold in there. You helping them fold them papers up and throwing them. Remember that? You're like, man, they getting the news and the newspapers to people every day. The milkman, all these other people. Man, you getting it. Hard-working people, they would say. And they would always say the hard-working people in America are the middle class, or they would say the low middle class is what they would say. The people that are working fast food and working odd jobs, you're out there doing stuff like that. You're getting it in. You're out there working. You're working for the city. You're doing this and that. You're making barely enough to say I'm happy. And they would say that these people need more money. So what did they do? They raised the national minimum wage. Each state start raising minimum wage. Each state start doing this and that. They start doing all this other stuff so that the people that's who are building the buildings, the people who are doing all this stuff so that they get paid more. If it worked then, it's gotta work now. It's my money and I need it now. J.G. Wentworth. It's a bunch of y'all who are afraid. And I'm going to keep it way real. I'm going to keep it way real. I'm going to keep it funkier than a donkey rolling in a pile of shit, because I see the donkey actually do that. A lot of you guys are making pretty good money without even having that done. And you don't want to mess up what you have because you feel like it could mess up what I got going on. Understandable. But what you don't understand is what you got going on is only gonna last for so long, G. They gonna take all this shit out the way. If you want to continue to work the apps like that, they just go deactivate you, homie. I'm serious. They just go deactivate you. One day you will wake up and it'll say that you violated some term on the app and you can't drive. And then you could be like, dang, like that was my app I was using to make my money. I'm on a waiting list for all these other apps and I don't have no other apps. What am I gonna do? Hi ho, hi ho, off to work you go. You got to go back to the warehouse. You got to go back to the warehouse. Where I live, the Walmart Spark, the waiting list has been forever. I think Emilia's been on there for like, I guess a year now. She's been on the waiting list. I was on the waiting list. See, I signed up for Walmart Spark when the waiting list was almost a year. It was like 7, 8 months I was on the waiting list. And I understand why it's a waiting list. That app got money. You make money on Walmart Spark. You make money on Walmart Spark. That's why it's a waiting list. I've been on Grubhub's waiting list for like 2 years, 3 years now. I can't get on Grubhub. Now, Grubhub's a little bit different. It's crazy because they have blocks to where you work in these blocks, like Amazon Flex, you work in these blocks. Now, because you work in a block, you're not guaranteed an order that's coming in. That's just a block you're working. It takes a customer to place an order. So we have drivers on Grubhub who I speak to. They don't use Grubhub at all. Grubhub has not deactivated them or nothing, and they won't leave the app, which makes that waiting list just keep going longer and longer and longer because they won't leave. Now, I understand why you won't leave Grubhub. I saw the Grubhub money. Grubhub money is great money. Grubhub money, when it comes, is better than Uber Eats money. Okay? We all know Uber Eats is good money. Okay? DoorDash is right after that. Okay? Grubhub has they pay out well. Uber's next, and then Grubhub. The busy sequence in certain areas, it's a DoorDash area. Like the area right now, there was Uber Eats going on. The rain's here, so we're waiting on the DoorDash. We did a few, but now we're waiting. But then when it picks up, it's cracking. This is a DoorDash area and an Uber Eats area. It's Uber Eats also because we got 5, 6, 7, $10 million homes. Floyd Mayweather's neighborhood is right here. We have these homes here. So these people, you know, when they want quality, they order Uber Eats, and some of the places they know that they can get their orders fast on DoorDash. So it's kind of a mixture. It's hit or miss. Depending on which app is hotter, that's how we pretty much do it there. You'll hear me ask my wife, "You got another order? You got another one?" Because that means that DoorDash has got her on the roll, so it's about to be a roll. And it does that on Uber Eats also. Grubhub is non-existent right here. No one orders Grubhub right here for some reason. No one does. Well, I can't say no one. The chances of you seeing a Grubhub driver in the restaurant with you is rare. You're going to hear the DoorDash thing and the Uber Eats thing in the restaurant. You don't hear whatever Grubhub sound is. I don't know what it is. You don't hear it. So that's how that goes there. But when you go to these grocery stores, Sprouts, Albertsons, Walmart, in Walmart, you'll see a person on Uber Eats doing a shopping order. You'll see a Walmart Spark person doing a shopping order. You'll see an Instacart shopper in there doing a shopping order. And there's you pick up from Shipt at the Walmart also. And the same thing goes for the Targets. All those different apps are in one store. There's one guy that he'll have an Instacart order and he'll have another, like, I ain't gonna give his name up. He'll have a Walmart Spark order and an Instacart order at the same time, and he makes a train with his carts. So he'll have like two trains of one for this app, one for this app, and then check this out. On Instacart, sometimes they give him 2 orders. So in that train, he's got 1, 2, 3 orders from shopping orders, getting them done at the same time. And you'll ask him, how much you getting paid for these orders? Well, this batch order on Instacart it's like $58 right here, and the one right here for Walmart Spark, it's like $45. So my man's walking out with $100. He's walking out with $100, taking maybe 30 whatever minutes in there to shop to get it done. And then once you get it done, it gives you a time frame on when you could drop those orders off. And that time frame is always like, damn, you're giving me all this time to drop these orders off. So he's like, damn, I can go ahead and knock that out. My man is making like $100 an hour all the time just on the shopping apps. So he's a person that pulls in, you know, super six figures doing the gig work. Okay, and that's another thing that these apps want to get inside your phones and your cameras to see what you're doing. Now, a lot of us have two phones, so that we don't jam up one with all the data and stuff. So we use two. So let's say both the apps that he's using have the feature where they can come in and take your video and your thing, and they hear you. You know, when you go shopping for the orders. You'll see two shoppers talking to each other because they see each other all the time, and you'll ask them like I call him Blue Tesla. I was talking to him, and he told me you might as well just turn on the app while you in here. You might get one. So what if your phone is there? They got the audio and everything, and I'm like, man, what you got going on? You look like you hefty right now. You overload them. Yeah, man, I had to grab this one and grab that one, go out there and do that. If the app hear that, you deactivate it. You deactivate it. Now, just think. You got to understand, my rules are when there's 1, there's 10. When there's 10, there's 100. When there's 100, there's 1,000. So if I know drivers out there doing 100 an hour, and then they're cherry picking, which makes it so it's not really 100 an hour, but you know, when you're on call, you can accept when you're on the clock. So as long as you can make your money in whatever time frame that you set to have out there, I guess it's all go for them. But there's a lot more people out there that do that. We had a driver not too long ago get caught at Walmart Spark. This idiot had Uber on at the same time and was sitting in the bay, and he picked up his Walmart Spark order. His car never left, and he put, you know, on the other app that he's in the exact same bay. So when they dropped it off, they were like, didn't we just give you your order? He said, oh yeah, this one's right here for Uber. They said you can't do that. They deactivated him. You can't do that. Now, the money on Uber is less than Walmart Spark. So, but you get the money paid instantly right then and there. That's the benefit of doing the Uber Walmart Spark, the Uber Walmart orders. But he got deactivated. He got too greedy and thirsty picking up the orders at the same time. You cannot do that at all. If you're gonna do something like that, you might as well drive on off and, you know, act like they sent you back to get another order. You know, do something like that, but don't wait in the same bay. You are dumb as hell for waiting inside the same bay. He's an idiot. He's an idiot. Straight idiot. But you gotta think, how long was he doing that before he got caught? How much money did he make? And was it worth it? Was it worth it? I don't know if it was worth it. I don't know. I would rather keep the app going so I could continuously make money on the app than have the app get cut. Okay? Then have the app get cut. Because then it's like you can't go back to the app unless you rent an account, or if you have, like, I know some people, they'll have their wife sign up, their girlfriend, if you're gay, your boyfriend will sign on up for you, and then you use their account. But then we got the facial recognition thing. On Uber, it happens all the time. Doordash, it's like seldom. Last time that I remember that my wife got one of those was maybe like some months ago. I haven't seen one recently, or maybe she got one while in the bathroom or something, or going in Target and shopping for herself or something. But I haven't seen one of those on Doordash for a while. Walmart Spark, it happens all the time. Uber, it's all the time. But some people are having apps, and hey, you know what? My man or my girl, if you're gay, if your man, it's your girl. If you're straight, my man, my girl. If you're transy, I don't know what you call it, but you're included in this too. Someone will say, my spouse. All right, I'll put it like this. My spouse My spouse is having a hard time finding a job. Like I'm getting ragged on because my spouse don't have a job. I'm getting ragged on. Well, you don't know what? Here, I'll sign up for the app. I got cleared. Now you just go do the orders, and now you got a job. Just put your put the card on there, so that the money's going into the account. So now we working. You working. That's how a lot of people are getting jobs. That's how a lot of people are getting jobs. Some of these jobs are so strict now that you know, I still say it's rumor that they're not hiring you for your credit and all this other shit. All that shit is rumor right there. But you got people that believe in that cold-heartedly. They believe in that cold-heartedly that they're not hiring you. Some people, you know, live in areas to where all the jobs there, you know, it's a waiting list for the job. The temp agencies are sending everyone to the same jobs, so it's a waiting list for those jobs, and you just can't get in. So how can I work? Well, they'll go ahead and do that. I know some people that have been in jail, and because of their record, obviously, if they got that F by the name, they got that felony, even though they're not a person like that, but you know, whatever they did, that's how they're looked at. They can't get jobs. So I know people that have given people the app so they can work. Now, if something happens, you know, knock on wood, if you got wood, knock on wood that nobody helped somebody out that's like a sick person, someone that's been to jail for sodomy and rape of minors and all this other stuff, to where they have to register and all this stuff, and they talk you a good game, and even though you know you're not supposed to help them out, you feel bad for them because they can't really work, and you go ahead and slide them your account. This person go off doing a delivery, he get triggered, and he done committed that act again. You, the person that let that nigga slide, you going to jail too. I'm just letting you know. You going to jail. You going to jail for that, with that person, because you let him. We deliver by, you know, a lot of them people can't be around schools, high schools and stuff like that. So we deliver around schools and stuff nonstop. And when you are delivering around schools nonstop, you are all the way in violation. You are all the way in violation. Okay? You are all the way in violation. And because you're in violation of whatever that is, the person that let you slide with that, shame on you. You know what I mean? Shame on you. So if you're a person that order, oh, McDonald's. Oh, I was finna get her out the sun. McDonald's order. Now this is the McDonald's order that this is the McDonald's order place that was closed the other night. The center that we're in is pretty good. It's got everything that you need. Italian. They got a couple pizza spots. They got the deep dish Italian spot. We got all that. If we're going to one of the $1 million neighborhoods, how many miles is this? 3 miles. We might. I'll pan the camera around and let it go out through. Let it go out through. But you got people out there that they be giving their accounts up for the money, for the love of money. Bone thugs. For the love of money, they're sliding these accounts off the people. I saw a dude the other day that he didn't know no English. I mean, he didn't know no English. No, I'm not saying he ain't, you know, I'm not saying that. There's certain signs I look for that lets me know you should not be doing deliveries, and that may not be your account. If you walk up to other drivers and flash your phone to the other driver's face so they can help you out, chances are you ain't supposed to be out here doing this delivery work. Some people say, man, you say that. I'm one of the people that I have a video about the people from Venezuela that the U.S. let on in. Not a video that I took off the internet and I went in and just, no. It's a video that I went up to the place and they kicked me off when they figured out what I was doing too. I went to the place and I interviewed the guy. He was from Panama. The other ones were from Venezuela. And you know who they are, because they give them the county jail shoes. They give them the county jail shoes, and they get county jail shorts and shoes that don't say whatever county jail you in. You know, like when I was in Santa Ana, Maine, it said Santa Ana, you know, with the CXL or like whatever, the Central. If you go to Theo Lacey, it's gonna say that, you know, you got the TF, you know, and all that other, you know. So, but they have the clothing and the slippers and the shoes from the county. That's how you know who they are. And they walk up and down the street. So what I did was I went stalking one of the hotels that they let them stay in. They were getting like, I think like $2,500 a month. They have a food card. They live in the hotel, and no one could go inside the hotel or anything. And they brought them in busloads. And they brought them in busloads. So I saw that. I talked to a guy that said he can't tell me anything, because I said, is this going on? And he said, I can't tell you this and that, my job and everything else. So when he went away, I waited till he went away because he was an official. I grabbed my camera and went to work. Start interviewing him. And I tell you, some of those people actually went to get jobs at some of the local food places. And when they found out what they were doing, they were taking them to LA, and you never saw them again. They went working underground in LA. I don't know how many of these people were getting trafficked. I have no idea, but it was going down. And I was like, damn. So we got people out there that should not be driving here, super illegal. I ain't mad at you for trying to get your bread, but your bread is, you know, you could be taken away from me, G. I ain't got no problem with you getting your bread. No problem with you getting your bread. You guys eat these? You guys eat these? Fire. I'm sorry. If you eat this carrot cake, put a thumbs up. I'm sorry. If you eat this carrot cake, put a thumbs up. You gotta say some of that. That's fire. And the banana one, hey, yeah, hey, the banana one is fire too. That one is fire. If you eat these, the little spaghettis, strawberry, green apple, watermelon, and blueberry. If you eat these, oh yeah, you in the game. If you eat these, you're in the game. We eat these in this car. What my wife got in here? What my wife got in here? She always got some type of health some type of fiber or something. She always got some type of fiber or something. But I'll tell you, it always stays handy. Charleston White ain't the only one. I shocked myself the other day. It did not feel good. You gotta be careful with that thing. You gotta make sure you gotta turn to the right thing. These little kids got Happy Meals and tablets in their hand. These little kids got Happy Meals and tablets in their hand. 1 tablet, 2 tablet, 3 tablet, 4. Happy Meal, Happy Meal, Happy Meal, and more. Look at him. The big one. He keep his tablet tucked in. Ain't nobody finna take his tablet. Oh, you see a lot of Starbucks. My wife was a Starbucker. What is this? VT is venti. This is a tropical citrus energy drink. Yeah, sometimes she gets shit from Starbucks. I'm telling y'all, G. I think Starbucks is like, she gets some of them caffeine shots from Starbucks. She be bouncing around. She be bouncing around. Oh yeah, watch this. Got that Doordash order, huh? Yeah, man. Get it in. My man looked like Wolfgang. My man looked like Wolfgang. People call me a goat. He looked like Wolfgang. Now, here's how you know it's a Doordash order if you're a regular customer. Let's say you go to McDonald's and you in there mad. How come they giving this order? How come I ain't get my order yet? My order right here. How come I ain't get my order? Well, I'll tell you why. That order right there with all them numbers on it, all them long numbers right there, that's a Doordash order. If you see like A, B10AF or CB, something like that, it's an Uber Eats order. Like, you know, so when you see all those on the menu, people, just be patient. Be patient. And quit blowing our phones up because you be like, I see you at the restaurant. What's taking so long on my order? Well, they still making it. I had one customer write me some bullshit. Can you ask them, can they make my fries extra crispy? Now, I know that's something you're supposed to put in the notes so that they can see it and make it. I didn't do that one. I'm sorry, y'all. I didn't fulfill that request for the customer. I said, you know, I told him, yes, I will, but I didn't do that shit. Because it makes no sense. First of all, if your fries are extra crispy and you want them hot and extra crispy, you're ordering this at rush hour, traffic. You're about 4.5 miles away from the restaurant, but with this traffic, it takes longer to get there. We got heating boxes and heating bags and stuff like that, people to keep your stuff what it is, but the crispiness of the fry is not gonna stay crispy. It's gonna sog up. I have not met a person yet, me included, who have ordered fries from a place online and they got to me crispy. It has never happened. They say never say never. That has never happened one time in my whole life. Me ordering some fries from a place and they come to me crispy. Do you know what I do so I don't go through that? I'll order like carne asada fries or chili cheese fries and something like that because I know it's supposed to do its thing and soften on up. And I like it like that. I could eat it like that. But I have no expectation on the ends of it to still be crispy and crunchy. No, I have never received. So customers, stop asking us. Stop asking us. Stop asking us to make sure your fries are extra crispy. Certain things are just bad requests. Now this order right here, they may be doubling her up. They may be doubling Emilia up. Let me see. This phone is done charging. Let me see. I gotta charge it up. Yep, I gotta charge it up. I was gonna check in and see on this McDonald's and see what it's cracking like. Let's see. I'm gonna see how busy the zones are. Hey, I was watching. There's a guy out there by the name of 3 Stacks, and I subscribe to his channel. Another black dude out there doing his gig work, having other black dudes he grew up with in the hood saying, "Oh man, that stuff is corny," and then they see, "Oh, whoa, you can get paid." I think my man just lost his mom. Condolences there. Lost mine. I know how it feels. Condolences there, man. Now, we got some people, and that, you know, things happen. Funerals and things happen. And, you know, I was looked out for from the people in my community, and they do it for other people also. You know, throughout the years, the few years I've been in, they, you know, they do things, and certain people do it a little more. But this is something I have never seen before. They had 10 people go out to drive. I don't know how long they were driving for. I was working and stuff. 10 people going out to drive, and if I'm not mistaken, what they earned, they're donating to the guy. Now, I know he does gig work. I don't know if he's out of gig work all the way. Did he get deactivated? I don't know if he lost his car. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with that. But I heard something like that. And then he lost his mom. So I guess they're trying to you know, get a care package out there to help him get going. I don't know if it's to rent a car or do this and that, but you know, some support there. But I've never seen 10 people. Now, what if all 10 of those people made like $200? That's man. Hey, that's a good looking right there. That's a good looking right there. Now, I want to say this though. You know, we got people that looked out and did something. I slid a little something over there. And when my mom passed, I went out and asked if people wanted to help, and I was backlash for it. I was backlash from, I'm gonna shout this channel out. Terrible ass channel. Dude by the name of Mr_Flex. They were telling me, why am I gonna be asking this and doing this and that? And I was like, what the fuck? And they bashed me for it. Another guy was Thunder. His name is Thunder. Some guy, some troll. Blue Wave Odyssey is his channel name. His traveling channel, Blue Wave Odyssey. And this dude was trashing me for doing it too. And the other people on his channel were doing it. And they were saying all this stuff, and you're trash and terrible if you do this and all this other stuff. So I would like, because it's crazy, the group that did this are people that, you know, the people that go on this channel that they get along with. And if they said that about me, I want to know what they're going to say about the channel, Gig Wars Official, and other people that help to pitch in about this dude? Are they gonna bash and trash this dude for his mom passing away and things happening and other people in the gig community looking out for him and showing support? I would like to know if these people that did that to me when I came out when my mom passed away and said this, and we got some support from the people, I've wrote them. What's up, Eric? We got some support from the people that helped me out when my mom passed and gave them what's ups and thank yous all back on their Cash Apps and online, went back and thanked them and all that other stuff, and they helped out. But I got backlash for me going out and asking and letting people know what's going on. I was hit hard with a backlash at a time where I didn't want to hear all that because my mom passed away. Like, I was crying every day, and I went on and did that. And I'm not gonna lie, that really hurt me. I'm getting emotional now. That really hurt me that they did that to me. Now, we go up time. My mom passed away on December 23rd last year. So we're 10 months in. It's not even a full year yet. So now we fast forward 9.5, 10 months later. We got someone who lost his mom. He's going through something. And the people in the gig community, these people that go over there, and when they talked about me, I want to know if the people that talked about me, if they're going to bash this dude for being in the spot that he's in emotionally and everything on else. And I want to know if they're going to bash the people that put this help session in. I know the Dash and Maverick and Gig Wars Official, and there was a lot of people over there. They had a puppet, and they all said that they're showing support and they're gonna go drive for this amount of time and get this money in, and they're gonna help support them. I just hope that that same channel that did that to me and said those terrible, hateful, and crazy things to me, I hope they don't do that to the people that did that for this gentleman. And I hope they don't go and bash him for accepting the help. Cold game how it work, y'all. Trolls work so crazy that if somebody pass away in your family, they troll you in other ways. It's so stupid. It's so stupid. But that channel, Mr._Flex, him and Thunder actually did that. So, but 3 stacks. One love. Losing your mom is, man, losing your mom is, my mom is buried right here at the National Military, the cemetery here. And I gotta drive past that place every day, and I say hi to my mom every single day I drive by. I say, hey mom, I'm passing you again. Going ahead, I'm letting her know what I'm doing when I'm driving by. I know she be like, you coming by here again and again? I drive past my mom all the time. And that gets tough. Like, a lot of times I'm super emotional, like in my head, and I want to cry. So I knew she got 2 orders. They doubled up. They doubled you up, huh? I knew it. So I drive past my mom, you know, and I get emotional when I'm doing it. Like, inside, I don't let it show like that. But I get emotional when I drive past. So 3 stacks. Condolences, man, and it's gonna be tough, man. Oops. Sorry. knocked it down. Let me see. I'm trying to get this thing set up. Bam. Yeah, just do that so it stays. Sorry. So it gets tough, man. Especially, I'll tell you the toughest part when losing your mom. There's certain things that happen in your life, and you just start to remember them like crazy. And it's memories that you forgot. And it's crazy because you think that you didn't forget a lot of your memories, and there's memories that come back because of certain things you know that happen. Like it could be anything. You could wake up and put on your clothes a different way, and it could be, dang, I remember when, I don't even know how I remember this. I was like 3-4 years old, and then I remember this. And you're gonna have a lot of days like that, 3 Stacks. You're gonna have a lot of days like that. I have those days all the time. There's certain sayings that my mom say all the time, and she has certain laughs to where you know what that laugh is, and you start to remember a lot of those things. It's crazy because I know there's people in restaurants, and I got family members that know how to cook and stuff like that. Don't nobody know how to cook like my mama. Even though they were all taught by my great-granny who was taught by her mama. It went to my grandma and my Aunt Lou. That's where I got my gumbo recipe from. I have to go ask the higher ups in the family, can I get the gumbo recipe? And they thought I was playing. I was for real. I'm the gumbo dude. From scratch. The dressing and all that stuff. I don't make the dressing or none of that stuff. I can make some real killer stuff. But even like my aunties and them, my mom, like they come to my mom to make the food. Like they know how to cook too, but my mom was like my Aunt Lou and my grandma. I ain't gonna never be able to taste that food ever again. I don't think y'all know how hard that is right there. Food is my favorite. Oh, wow. Food is like my favorite thing in the whole world. I like meat. Oh wow, no, this goes, no. This goes, okay, this is gonna break. This goes like this. And then that, you put it back so it'll go up and it won't come forward. I'll go through trotting. I ain't gonna never be able to have my mom's food ever again. My sister know how to cook. Not to say. She may know how to make certain things, like, but it's still not even the same. My mom used to, man, just the rice and gravy. I don't know if y'all know, if you would come on home, especially coming back home from like basketball practice, something like that, where you just exerted all your energy out, and you walk into the house and you like, oh, it's rice and gravy being made. Boy, you already know what's going with the rice and gravy. It's the smothered steak on the inside. Oh, ooh. Give me a bowl of that smothered steak and that gravy and rice. Killing the game. Killing the game. Killing the game. And then you got to understand that with the rice and gravy. Hold on, let me get this thing set up. Hold on, let me do this real quick. With the rice and gravy, man, when the meat is gone, you can just eat the rice and gravy by itself. Just by itself. You in there, just you in there eating up. I'm talking about. Remember on Friday, Craig had the big punch bowl. I could eat that whole punch bowl full of rice and gravy. Fire. 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 My dad can make the rice and gravy, but it's not the same still. It's not the same. It's not the same. My mama food is just ridiculous. I'm talking about everything. I'm talking about breakfast food. I'm talking about, you want some pancakes? Fire. Fire. Grits. My mom will, grits? Man, give me some grits with some butter and sugar. Man. Fire. 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 My mom's chili beans. Oh. My mom's chili beans. Fire. Super fire. Give me a little bit of sugar. Give me a little bit of sugar. Put on top of that. Give me a little bit of sugar. I don't care what y'all say. Give me a little bit of sugar. Put on top of that. Crunch my cornbread up. Let it go all up in that. Fire. Fire. C3 stacks, this is what it do when you start thinking about your mom. You start thinking about all type of stuff. I remember for breakfast sometimes, my mom was cold. She would, this is how she would, like, we wouldn't have the right milk. So sometimes we had to have powdered sugar, powdered milk. They give you that with your food stamps. And you got that powdered milk. People are like, powdered milk? Yeah, what you know about powdered milk? Mix in water with that shit and it turn into like milk. So in order for us to be able to trick us, she would get the cornflakes and put sugar in there, so it kind of made it taste good. And then when I was real little, I remember this. When I was real little, she would have cornbread, and if we didn't have the regular milk, she would use that milk because that's all we had. And all right, I'm back on. Yo, it says I'm back on. What did it do? No, cancel that. Yo, what did this thing do?